started a room, so people were trying to come in my room, but I didn't go back to the room. Hey, everybody.
Yay.
I just wait till a few people come in. I think I had started a room somewhere. That's that new stuff. I didn't finish it off. But come on in, everybody. And I found a couple of millennials that I want to talk to. And if you have some questions for them, I wanted to see. This is all impromptu. This is all impromptu, and it's not rehearsed or nothing like that, as you could probably tell. As you can probably tell. I just want to talk with them and see where their heads are, since I have them. They're very, very smart people. Dang, I started a room, and so people want to join my room, but I'm not. I'm on live, so they'll find me. Your mama said, hey, Kyle. Well, I have sitting here with me, it's Kyle Sloan. Kyle, say hello.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Oh, yeah, they like that.
So y'all know how difficult this is going to be.
Me hablar.
And Kyle, tell us what school do you attend?
Oh, I attend UD.
Okay. UD Jesuit High School. Kyle attends, and he's doing quite well in school. We're very proud of him. He was running for vice president, and but he has the ability to do those kinds of things, and very smart young man, come from some good stock. And also sitting here is Sterling. Most of you know Sterling. You should know Kyle too, because they frickin' frack. But we just happened to be sitting at the table, and we were talking about something. I said, hey, would y'all come on and can we talk about it on Facebook, so that, I think people need to, if I can keep them from being silly, people need to hear what's going on in the millennial world, especially with the pandemic. Sterling, as you all know, they're both in the 11th grade. Kyle and Sterling have, Sterling, what school do you attend?
University Preparatory Academy.
Ooh.
University Prep. And we also have one of Sterling's friends. She's on the phone. India?
Yes.
India is on the phone. India goes to Renaissance. Those of you that know, Sterling went to Renaissance for a while. And India is a very, very dear friend of his. And she still keeps in touch. Okay, guys, let's just get right to it. We were in the middle. I was asking them about I will ask them, how has the pandemic affected them? So most of you on my page, of course, are over age, or you might have some young people. I got some young people hanging around. Bring them around, and you could type your comments in, and let's just have a conversation. So that's what I was doing with them. So guys, how has the pandemic affected you all?
Take this one.
I want to hear from both of you.
All right. For me, nothing much has really changed, because, well, besides like meeting up with like friends and stuff like that, but I'm pretty much already always in the house for real. Like, I don't really go out that much, so.
You don't go out that much?
No, I mean, if I'm with Sterling, I'm good. That's pretty much it.
So what have you done with this extra time that you have, both of you?
I'm trying to make some money.
Doing what?
I'm doing YouTube. I'm looking at some stocks, looking at some real estate. We over here, look, we about to be the next
big thing.
Big thing. Youngest millionaires.
Okay, I could do that. Sterling, how has the pandemic affected you, and what have you done with it?
I've been learning some new skills and making some money. Well, about to be. Figuring out how to make money.
Okay, and what are you doing to to do that?
I mean, I'm just, doing my research and seeing what I gotta do.
Okay.
And
And both of you are great at researching things. Tell us, help us, because most of my watchers are older watchers. Help us get into the mind of millennials. Tell us what's so different in the way you think than the way your parents think.
well, I just think different from everybody, to be honest.
Okay.
Many of people my age. I mean, I just,
Like what?
it's a lot.
Think about like what? Okay, I'm just gonna jump right to the chase here. Let's talk about girls because we were on that subject, which is what prompted me to do this video because I was just blown away over what they just said to me. First of all, India, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, India is on the phone and we'll get her in. Not yet, Tamika. She asked the question, did I watch a video that she sent? And I told her not yet. Okay, you guys just shared something. First of all, Instagram is big for your age bracket, is it not?
See,
Yes.
Yes, Instagram is big for your age. Why is Instagram so big?
because young people just be on it.
Okay, that's the most
I mean,
answer you can give?
I mean, anybody can go on Instagram and just.
I mean, but why is it so? Because you prefer Instagram over Facebook, right?
I mean, it's easier to work. I mean, I had Instagram.
Is it just about the mechanics of it, or
No, it's just younger people gravitate. Facebook is like, people look at Facebook for like older people.
Yeah, I think once the Facebook got the name, like seeing in the spotlight for older people, younger people just gravitated to a different app.
okay? And so it's mainly Instagram and what else?
Snapchat.
Yeah.
And Snapchat. Okay, those are the two. So, I want to say, you guys, do your parents have your Instagram account information and passwords and stuff like that? No? Why not?
They have my page.
Yeah,
But
they
like,
don't got my passwords and stuff.
We can go on your page and pretty much what we see on your pages.
Me?
Yeah, me, a couple butters to me. If you don't know what butter mean, I know it's a lot of
Couple of butters,
wise,
he said.
wise people. I'm not gonna say wise.
Okay.
Butters mean like, you know what I'm saying, nice looking photos, like drip. I don't know if y'all know what that means either, so I just can't explain so much new words.
Okay, so what is drip?
Drip is
Help
like,
us.
Okay,
It's like your style.
swag. I know y'all used that back in the day.
I opened up that room and people
Back
trying to
in the
get
day,
in.
like,
I don't know how to close it.
1987.
So a bunch of pictures of you doing different things. Now we were talking about girls. The reason why we came on. What is the girl scene like these days?
Talk about that still. They don't want to. That's a touchy subject. They don't want to get on that.
Oh no, they scandalous.
Now, what do you mean by scandalous? Because I'm thinking nice girls are on Instagram and they're doing nice things.
I mean, some of them, not all of them, but
So tell us some of the things that you see.
90% of them.
90% of the girls are doing what?
Crazy stuff.
Like what?
Like, go ahead and tell them what they doing.
Listen. So, the world now is so set up. Well, America, well, I don't know about the other places. America has this picture or this image for girls, young teens. They like to see where they have to have like an ideal body, big butt, big breasts, skinny waist, or whatever. And so, and then they always feel obligated to be able to share themselves. Like they feel like they should be able to have the freedom of everything. I don't know. So they show off their body and they just call it just or a woman right or something. And then they're on there twerking. That's like a dance with your butt, right?
I think we know what the twerking is.
Oh, I don't know if they know. Anyway.
Okay.
Put your hands on your hip.
Anyway, so yeah, they're doing like this stuff, but they're justifying it, like calling like a woman right. Like we need these rights because we're free. We're supposed to be free.
So you're saying women are, or the young ladies are feeling that they should have the same rights that you all have for everything?
I'm not saying that.
I feel like that. I feel like most like they are.
I mean, that's true, but That's not what's happening on Instagram. I mean, that is what's happening, but like that's not my what I'm taking from it.
Okay. What are you taking from it?
I'm taking from it that girls nowadays they seek attention, and like they trying to like almost piggybacking off what Kyle said, like they trying to do it by themselves. Like they like let me see how I say it. They want to be more independent.
The girls want to be more independent.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about?
So they took it in their own hands to like if you got a lot of like if you're a pretty girl,
Yeah.
well, and like you know, now you most likely gonna have a lot of followers.
Okay.
Cause most of them followers is thirsty dudes trying to get with you. Like
Really?
most of them is. So nowadays, I don't know, they got bored off of quarantine. It's a trend going around where they got something called OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what is that?
It's like it's like
Since the pandemic and the quarantine, this has started. OnlyFans.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's
Okay.
crazy. But it's when you pay, is when they put something up, you pay money to get exclusive pictures of them.
Exclusive pictures. So that sounds like.
But it really don't even be, it be like them in a bikini.
Okay.
And,
Provocative.
yeah.
Bikinis.
I mean,
Poses and
sometimes,
stuff.
I mean,
It depends who the person
yeah, it
is.
depends on the person. Like it's always gonna it's gonna be thirsty dudes. So they thinking that they gonna see something that they don't usually see on Instagram, but most of them they just posting the same type of pictures they post on Instagram,
And the
and
girls.
they
are
just
getting,
be making money off of it.
and the girls are getting paid for that.
Yeah, so they basically making money off of just being a girl, basically.
So this is something I can do. I got an Instagram page.
Yeah.
Huh? Is it something us as mothers can do?
You know, it would be not a good image for a mother. I'll tell you that.
How would you feel if you saw your mother in a provocative bikini?
I would
I'll throw up.
Yeah, I'll throw up. That's
Oh my,
disgusting.
oh my goodness.
Alright.
So are these girls with these fan pages? Are these girls that you would date? Are these girls that you would date?
I mean, they like what you mean by
Because
that?
originally you guys said that they were taking stuff off. All of the pictures aren't just the bikini.
I mean, some of them low key like it's smart. Like it's not like it's really smart if you think about it. Like they making money. Like I wouldn't be like. I mean, it depends on like who you are. Like if I had a girl and I know she got a lot of people that like her and she got a lot of people that's trying to get with her, a lot of thirsty people. So I'll tell her to make an OnlyFans.
You as the boyfriend would tell her to make a fan page?
All she gotta do, she don't gotta post nothing like crazy. Just post like regular pictures. They still want to see that. Like they gonna keep paying for that.
Is that kind of borderline like you being a pimp?
People pay for weird stuff.
They pay for feet pictures.
Yeah, they do.
Pictures of your feet.
Yeah, like just a picture of your feet.
Well, what is the problem? What is going on with y'all?
Y'all.
I mean, the millennials.
It's not even us. It's old sugar daddies be trying to see you paying.
Yeah.
The sugar daddies are paying for this.
It's everybody. It's if you thirsty. Just thirsty.
Now define thirsty.
Like you want to get with them so bad. Like you do it. Yeah. Like you just can't help yourself.
Wow. And it's really big now with this quarantine.
Yeah.
Stuff
A
going
lot of
on.
people stuck in the house. Yep.
So the girls don't have a problem because Instagram pictures don't go away, right?
They go away. You can delete them.
You can delete them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they never. And so what we were talking about, are these the kind of girls you would bring home?
Oh no. I mean, it depends. I just told you it depends, but like
It depends.
you can
on
tell. It's not like if she got her OnlyFans. I'm not gonna judge her off of that. It's about how she act. Like
Okay.
you can tell.
So how
If she doing that just to make, if she a pretty female, and she doing that to make money, like I can understand that. Like I'm not gonna judge it.
you would have a problem with
But
that? If
if
she's
I know
your
she-
girlfriend and she's showing her body to everybody, you would have a problem with that? And she's making money.
I mean, that's different. I mean,
Come on, which one is it?
I would.
like, if it's my girlfriend, like, I have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with her making an OnlyFans and posting it, like, regular, like, pictures in there. Because there's still going to be people paying for that. But, like, if it's, like, crazy pictures, like crazy pictures. Like,
So you wouldn't have a problem with her posting relatively nice pictures and getting paid, but nothing provocative or nothing.
No, nothing crazy. No, it'd be a problem.
Oh, wow. So how important is it that your people know you guys know the Lord, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how important is spirituality for you? And how many kids are really practicing that?
Shoot, not a lot.
Not a lot?
Spirituality is important for me, though. Man. Yeah.
It's important for you. Why is it important?
Because, I mean, like, it's really, like, without spirituality and, like, being spiritually, like, connected with the Most High, it's like...
With God?
It's like, there's no point in living. For real.
Okay. Oh, so how has... Kyle, you still with us?
Yeah, so I'm still with you.
Because you just can just leave us. I have to snap you back in. So Kyle, so you guys have really known the Lord since you were little. Talk about your Train Up a Child experience. Do you remember? Train Up a Child, everybody that's watching, was they were in preschool together, which is where Kyle and Sterling met. And every morning they would have like a praise and worship service, even at 2, 3, 4 years old. Do you guys recall that experience?
Yes. I mean, I really want to bring that up as an ideal way of bringing me into Christianity, but yeah.
Do you think it was forced upon you at that time, and you just, because you guys were in? I mean,
I think it was, but then I don't know. I think I also like was always curious when I was younger too. So like I kind of chose it, but then I don't think it was forced to. Like they'll bop you in your head, like if you
it was some discipline actions if you didn't.
Discipline actions if you didn't say thank you Jesus, or what you supposed to do. Man?
So what did you take away from that though? I mean, did that affect you from continuing your walk with Christ because of what was happening in preschool or what happened in preschool?
Nah, I mean,
Still?
You still with us?
Yeah, still here. Okay, so let's go here. During this pandemic, you guys are out of school. So what has changed for you? Because you both have really good grades coming out of going into the pandemic. Your grades are really good. John, what kind of grades you got?
I have a 3.7 GPA.
Okay, 3.7. Okay. And Kyle?
I don't know right now.
You don't know right now. You kind of know, are you failing or are you passing?
No, my grade books are like you can't see them right now. You know?
Okay, so what do you think you got? You can tell if you're failing. Are you
No,
going to
I
the
got-
12th grade?
Hmm?
Are you going to the 12th grade now?
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
I doubt about it. I doubt about it. I'm like around like I think I'm like probably roughly at 3.
Okay, that's good. Cause it's you up and down. Everybody's up and down. So what do you want us as parents to know that we're not getting? How we ought to treat people your age. I know Sterling and I have discussions, real nice discussions all the time about me being too overprotective, and but he doesn't understand from my perspective the times that we're living in. So he thinks I'm too overprotective. Talk to parents about that and how that makes you feel.
Well, being a helicopter parent?
A helicopter parent? What does that mean?
Like always watching them, always over them and stuff like
Okay,
that.
yeah, well, a helicopter parent.
Yeah.
Okay, what does that mean?
Let me say something. Like, I never got, like, if you, like, it come to a point where you gotta let your kid grow up. Cause, I mean, you've been training him your whole life. So, if you don't let him grow up, like, when he actually is grown up, he's not gonna know how to, like, function by himself. Like, if you don't let him make his own decisions, he's not gonna know how to make his own decisions when it's time for him to make his own decisions.
But at what age should we be
Like
allowing
like
you to make your own
16,
decisions?
17.
And so what if we see you're not making the right decision?
I mean,
Just let you make it and make the mistake.
I mean, at the end of the day, like you can't control what decisions we make. The only thing you can do is teach us what's right and what's wrong, and it's up to us to like choose the decisions. Cause like that's all about like being a human being. Like you choose what you want. You choose the path.
Okay, but what about the fact that us doing what we tell you to do? See, that's where we differ at, because you feel like that if I give you a choice, you have the opportunity to make a decision if you want to do it or not. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, jump in.
No, I mean with that's respect. So like you talking about, I don't know, like with that, nah. But like the helicopter parent, or like we was talking about earlier, I agree with Sterling. You gotta
like I'm talking about like if you like making a decision to like do something, like you can't just like.
At the end of the day, although we do what we teach you, when you get ready to decide what you're gonna do you hear our voices saying don't do it, or do you hear the teaching? Does the teaching
you
come into play?
If you're a good parent, you're gonna teach your kid from right and wrong. Like that's just. But at the end of the day, it depends on the kid. It depends on the person you raising. Like that's a part of life.
So I can see that at the end.
Like you can't control what decision I'm gonna make.
That's true. That is true.
Cause like I'm my own person. So like you as a parent, only thing you can do is teach us what's good and what's bad, and like leave it up to us to make our own decisions. Like, cause
at 16,
I mean, we're gonna be out the house, so I don't know when you go like stop making my decisions for me.
No, but if I make a decision before you leave this house, not to do something,
I mean that's what I'm saying.
And that
I'm saying though,
presents itself.
Like how am I gonna if you're not allowing me to make my own decisions now? When I get older, how am I gonna make my own? How am I gonna be like able to make my own decisions? That's what I'm saying.
Are y'all getting this? Are y'all understanding this? But we put some things in place. We put some guidelines and some structures in place for you all to do. And we have an expectation that no matter what, that's what you're going to do. But you're saying at the end of the day, you'll still have the ability to make the decision. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but we're hoping.
We're hoping to make the right decision. That's all
make the right decision.
That's all about being a parent.
Yeah.
You teach them what's good and what's bad. This is bad. This is good. I hope you make.
So what
good
do
decisions.
we do? What do we do as parents when you don't make the right decision and we taught you the right decision to make? What do we do as parents?
We gotta learn that's a bad decision. We gotta learn from it. Life is all about learning.
Okay, life is about learning, but what should we do to you when you don't make the right decision?
You should teach.
Should we punish you? Should we?
I mean, when you it depends on what age you are. Like, if you know.
Let me see.
Like you should try and correct. You should try.
Absolutely. My friend Kathy says I need to learn their language. I guess that's a new one on me. Helicopter parent. While people trying to come in that room, and I don't know how to close it. And of course, Mama said obedience is in order. Cheryl has a son about your age. She says her son birthday is today. He's 19 and he's watching. Today at 19 we watch how, what did she say? And we watch how you grow up and beware of your surroundings.
Right.
Ken says I don't understand. Ken has a 13-year-old, I think, and a 21-year-old now. Take the game keys. Hello. Okay. That's what Cheryl says. And so, should there be repercussions when you don't make the right decisions?
I mean, like
based on what we said, because
like
what we think is right, you might, or what we think is wrong, you might think is right. I mean, so, should there be repercussions for
like
that?
when you get a certain age, you start getting.
What is that certain age? Stop right there. What is that certain age?
I mean, I don't know the specific, like. Probably like 16, 17, 18.
How about 18 and you out of here?
I mean, when I'm out of here, how am I gonna know?
When you're out of here,
That's
you
what
can
I'm
do
saying.
make
Like,
any decision.
when I'm out of here, how do I know I'm gonna make the right decision?
Because there were repercussions for the wrong decisions that you made up to 18.
You can just tell me, like, that's not a good, like, you can talk to me. That's what I'm saying. It don't always gotta be a punishment. Like, that's like when you always constantly punishing your
But how
kid.
do we make you not do it again if we don't punish you?
Talk to us, like,
okay.
Like,
all right. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, because I see what he's saying, because if you talk to us, because a punishment, first off, depending on the situation, if it was a bad decision, it could already affect us. So we already got punished for the situation, and then you punish it on top of that.
right? It's just gonna make us it's gonna make us feel like you against us, basically. Like you're not trying to help us.
But it's a teaching
inflict punishment on us.
It's a teaching moment.
Yeah, it's a teaching. That's what I'm saying.
Like
When people, like, if you look in the movies, a teaching moment, he failed. The person, like, let me see. I don't know.
Do y'all get this? Ken said, but her son said, if he made a wrong decision and decision didn't benefit him at all, I shouldn't punish him for the outcome. Is that how y'all feel? Because he said, her son said, if he made a wrong decision and the decision didn't benefit him at all, I shouldn't punish him. The outcome was bad enough.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So they all thinking like that, Ken. Devin says he gets it. Pastor Devin says.
Yeah, like it's like if I made a wrong decision,
I should kind of talk to you and say, Sterling, that was really a bad decision. And
yeah, like, teach me. You don't gotta, like, punishment is not the same as, like, teaching me. Like, if you punishing me all the time, it's just gonna make me feel like you against me. But if you teaching me, like, hey, Sterling, that was a bad decision. Like, it didn't benefit you at all. Like, you didn't. It really, like hurt.
So you prefer us to make you think about it.
Yes, give us guidance. That's what you as a parent should. A parent is not about punishing your kid. A parent is about guiding your kid in the right direction so he could be the best off and making better decisions for himself.
Okay, and so you do know, in my age bracket, we were punished for things.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't turn out bad because of it. I learned. I got the lesson from whatever I did wrong. Plus, I got the lesson from what my mom. But that's how we trying to raise you. At least me, because that's where I came from. But just your generation across the board has just a different way of thinking. I think. So you say the repercussions of the bad decision should be enough.
Yeah.
And we should. So in our discussion, should I say, now, Sterling, that was a bad decision, and you say, yeah, it was a bad decision. So I say, Sterling, for that bad decision, I need to take that phone.
See, that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary.
Yeah, but
why are you punishing?
How do we
making a bad decision is already punishment enough, and you punishing me on top of that is gonna make me feel like you against me. Cause I'll make a bad decision. Oh, I'm gonna take that phone. Like,
absolutely.
The benefit, the decision already didn't benefit.
Here it is. We taught you not to do whatever you did before you did it.
No,
most of the time,
did y'all teach me or did y'all punish me?
We taught you not to do it from the beginning before any punishment.
No.
I mean, let's just say this is before any punishment. I taught you not to do that.
Y'all did it anyway. That all the time though.
But
it's a difference between teaching and punishing. It's a difference.
Wait a minute, let me see what they say. Oh, Ken says she loves it. Okay. Okay. But if I taught you already, don't cross the street, and you cross the street anyway, get hit by the car, that's enough.
Yes. What you gonna do? Whoop me while I'm on the ground?
Because I'm gonna come back and say, Sterling, I told you don't cross that street.
And now I got a broken arm, a broken leg, and you gonna whip me.
I'm gonna say, I'm
gonna feel like this woman is trying to kill me. I already almost got killed.
It's not us trying to kill you. But
that's how it makes you feel, though. It may not be what y'all like. I'm not saying that's y'all intention.
Why? Okay.
I'm not saying that's y'all intention, but that's how we gonna look at it. Cause like we looking at it like the decision already punished us enough. So you trying to punish us on top of that gonna make
So
us
we should
like-
just have a discussion about it.
Yes.
And I don't take your car. I don't take your phone because you learned your lesson after I told you don't do it.
Yes.
No.
You should be like, I don't know what told y'all that punishment works better than
Because
telling us.
we were punished and we didn't turn out so bad.
Okay, that don't mean it's people that wasn't that turned out probably better. You know, like it don't matter. Like it's all about the person who you are at the end of the day. Like somebody that was
At the end of the day.
somebody that was punished just like you killed 10 people and went to jail. Like that's just the person you are. Like you turned out good because you are who you are. Like you can't like compare that like to how you was raised. It's just who you are. Like I'm pretty sure you know.
Yeah, but
people,
see,
I'm pretty sure you know some people that was raised in your time that turned out terrible, and you turned out good. It's just the person you are. Like
yeah, but my mother made sure that if I did anything wrong, So
okay,
so
but
you
a
don't
lot of
think y'all
what I'm
should
saying is a lot of people mamas was like that, but everybody didn't turn out good. You just turned out good.
I just happened to turn out good.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, but my point is, I think what you guys are understanding is, I'm raising you. What I had to come to conclusion, and I'll say this, and maybe y'all can help me. What I had to come to a conclusion is that the times are different, and some things that my mother did for me, I can't do for y'all. It doesn't work. Darnell Ishmael said, discipline is the bedrock of any successful enterprise involving young people. For where there is no self-discipline, For where there is no self-discipline, there will soon be self-destruction. Do y'all get that?
I get it. Like when you younger, like that discipline stuff.
So you saying up to a point,
Yeah,
there
and
should
like
be some punishments and some whoopings and some things. And now at a certain age, I need to allow you to make decisions based on what we taught you.
yeah,
And pray that you do the right thing.
yeah. You can't control if I do the right. I don't know why you looking like you can't control if I do the right thing.
I can't control that.
No, you
If you
can't.
know,
I'm my
if
own
you,
person.
I get that.
Right.
At the end of the day, I understand
Okay,
that,
then.
but I wanted to be in your. See, if I
You
punish
can't,
you,
but
wait
you
a minute.
can't force that though.
If I punished you for it,
It's not.
I
gonna
want it to
change.
be in your head. Wait a minute. I want it to be in your head. The next time you decide to do that, you'll think about that beating your mama gave you.
That's not most likely.
That's not gonna work.
Most likely, if you get punished, it's gonna be like, all right, next time, what do I gotta do to not get caught?
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. Instead of a talk where you could be like, all right, now I see where her point of view was coming. But
Have
if
you
you
ever
punish me, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I gotta figure out a way to avoid that punishment next time.
Right. Like, have you ever heard the strictest parents raise the sneakiest kids? I know y'all heard that saying.
Tell them.
Never heard
Punishment.
that.
The punishment does not teach us. Like, it makes us more like, oh yeah, my mama gonna do this. Like that makes us not like that. That breaks up the connection with you and your mama, cause you feel like if I made a bad decision and I tell you about it and I know you're gonna punish me, why would I tell you? You're not gonna.
No. This is based on the fact that I know and I caught you and it happened.
Right, you caught me. But think about the stuff that you're not catching, cause the fact that we know if you do catch us, that we're gonna get punished.
Right.
Now I'm nervous. Now I am very nervous. India's still there?
She hung up.
Oh, she did? Okay. Oh my gosh.
good.
Yes, he did say that. Yes, Devin, they are teaching us. This is not ready. They're not ready for that. That's what Mama said. And we do. Devin said we need to listen. Did he say, what do I do to not? Yes, he did, to not get caught. Devin said, not saying, Devin, what'd you say? Not saying they have all the right answers, but there is something to what they are revealing. It very much so. Sunny Day says her motto is, you got to have your own Damascus road. You got to have your own God experience. KV is saying, I see where he's coming from. I also see the disconnect. The key is you can't wait until your issue until you issue the punishment to give guidance. I agree with that. Y'all agree with that?
What?
He said, I can't, he sees the disconnect. He said, the key is I can't wait until you have the issue to do the punishment. I need to guide you so that you could, I mean, we're not looking for or expect, I'm not, and I'm sure Kyle's mom is not living in expectation of perfect kids, but we as parents see so much that you don't see. At least we don't think you see it. And so that's where that quote, overprotective mode comes in. Because right now, a lot of us on here, we're worried if you run the street, if somebody gonna shoot you. So I say, Sterling, call me. Put the tracker on your phone, which you don't have. For some reason, your brand new phone don't work. Yeah, yeah. So I but it's things like that. And so I said, Sterling, call. Sterling, do A, B, and C. And that seems to bother you. Does that bother you?
I mean, like, are you raising, like, that's not raising me to be an adult, you feel me? Like, are you gonna still be telling me to put a tracker on when I'm 24 years old? Like,
I might, if I see that you're irresponsible. I might. Darnell Ishmael said, discipline is one thing, punishment is something else. Okay, you're right.
But how I showed you that I'm irresponsible, though? I can understand that if I showed you that I'm irresponsible.
No, I think you're
you're doing that off the fear that I am irresponsible.
Right, and it is some fear there.
See,
that
that's what I'm saying.
It is because of the times. And that's what I think y'all don't understand.
But at the end of the day, we're growing up in that time. Like, we're growing up. You can't stop the times. You can't do that.
That's true.
Right. We're growing up, so you gotta let us grow up in these times.
Yeah, but you gotta give an account that I'm still here too, growing up or living in these times.
Right.
So my comparison is how I grew up.
Right, but we're not growing up the same. Like, it's different. Like you said, the times are different, and we gotta learn. You trying to teach us how to grow up in your time, but we gotta learn.
But now my time ain't that ancient. Now
it's different from.
It's a little different.
No, it's a lot.
It ain't that. No, it's not that far different. No is still no, and yes is still yes. Right? What Sunny Day said. What is the consequence if you do it again after being told? What is the consequence if you keep doing it?
Okay, so now that's different. That's different.
That's just disrespectful, man. Yeah.
So we need to punish you after that.
Really?
Okay. Angela said with her girls, she's got girls. We had a discussion along with a punishment, so that you really get what you're saying. Because if we were just talking, and you get to do what you've been doing, you're not learning any consequences from your actions. In this world, there are consequences for your actions, and we as parents should be the first ones to demonstrate those consequences, praying that you will not abuse the freedom of decision when you're on your own. That's good. Do you understand what she's saying? So that sneak attack stuff.
But I'm saying though, if we got
but the purpose of us doing the punishment is so that you won't do it again.
But when we get to a certain age though, like we feel the consequence. Like you feel what I'm like.
Well, why would you do it if you know the consequences are gonna come with that?
It's a bad decision, and I got the bad consequences that came with the bad decision.
Which is why we're teaching you. Which is why we're trying to teach you.
It's a certain point where you get to where like you know that, like you know.
Oh, okay. Where y'all just know it, so you know. See, I think where we have a problem. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I feel like punishment should be. I mean, I understand what punishment. Like, yeah, you can have it, but I feel like they understand it and they own up to it. Then and they know they understand what they did with
right.
It. Should be no
but that's the same thing. That's saying. So you own up to it, but now you're gonna sneak and do it again because
look,
have a conversation.
Yeah, like what he's saying. Like if you know truly, like yeah, man, that was a bad decision. Man, I shouldn't have did it. Like, and you really you feel bad about it. There's no point. He already feels bad about it. You don't need to punish him on top of that. But like, if I did something and I was like, yeah, I did it. Like, I think it was a good decision for me, and you know it's a bad decision. Then you can punish him, like to tell him that's not.
So how is that decided? Based on the fact that you think it was a good decision, and I said it wasn't.
Conversation, like if you just try to discuss it, you gonna know that.
Yeah, you gonna know if you're trying to discuss. Like you gotta
instead of just punishing, because like instead of. Like,
so you're saying more parents need to have discussions with their children?
Yeah, because punishing is not having a conversation. Like you could just punish them. The kid not gonna, even if you have a discussion and you just punish, most likely the kid not just gonna think about the punishment. They not even gonna think about none of the stuff y'all talked about.
Right, they're gonna be thinking about the punishment. The punishment gonna be on their mind.
And like, man, I just want my phone. That's it.
Right.
They're not gonna think about, oh, why did I get my phone taken? I just want my phone back.
Right. Yeah, they gonna be tempted to do it again and try not to get caught.
Wow. So the best thing we can do for this age bracket is to have discussions. Y'all want to talk.
Yes, talk.
Y'all want to talk and not get punched.
Get to know us.
I feel like
that's what I'm saying.
Get to know you.
I ain't gonna say that.
No, say it. Because we're learning here.
A lot of hate on there.
Huh? What? Say it.
I'm about to say, like, more typically, like, I mean, it's stereotypical that, like, in white households, that it's like, I mean, they say outlandish stuff to their parents. Like, we're not saying, like, say something disrespectful like that, but I feel like in black households that it's taken that, like, we don't have a voice. So, like, when the kids we don't have a voice, so now we don't have discussions, and when we say something how we feel, it's considered disrespectful.
Well, see, you have to understand, for most of your parents, whatever your mama and daddy said, that was it. That was the end all, be all. There was no discussion about it. There was no, we gonna weigh it. We gonna see how you feel about it. It was, if I said don't do it, that's what I meant. Don't do it. We don't have an anticipation like your counterparts, where you come and discuss and say, well, I feel I should do. No, I already told you what the rule is. And that's all based on the fact that you guys are still underage. You're still under our care. You're still under our rule. You're still under us. And so you should take into consideration what we tell you. But y'all want us to talk to you.
Well, if y'all say we're going to have a discussion, you can't say, all right, let's have a discussion about this. And then
we say how we feel.
And you cut the whole thing off and be like, this is how I feel. It's end all be all, period. And then in the conversation, you can't
because we're the mamas or we're the
you can't say a
parents.
discussion because
that is a discussion.
That's
not a discussion.
No, that is a discussion because you just think it's one way. Because I'm still telling
you. Just said it was one way.
No, you think it's one way.
You just said it was.
I know.
You said it's one way with the mama, and this is how it's gonna be.
Absolutely.
That's one way.
I'm just trying to tell you how it is. Really. That's really how it is until.
What you mean that's how it is?
Until you're 18 and you're out of here.
But everybody.
We have some rules that we have expecting for you to follow. Even when we come back to discuss with you, I'm still gonna say, this is A, B, and C. And how come y'all didn't do it? You know better. KV says when you give guidance on a consistent basis, your children will begin to understand. He highlighted understand why they should follow a certain path. That's good.
It's different. Like if you punishing without like teaching them how to without giving them knowledge, they're not gonna know why they getting punished. They go.
Yeah, but we gave you the knowledge.
No, y'all not though.
The punishment.
No, y'all not. No,
we didn't give you the knowledge.
We're not like he said. We're not thinking about the knowledge you just gave us. We're thinking about, dang, she just punished us.
I don't get. How are you disconnected like that?
I don't know.
It's just the way it is, though. Like
that's just the way y'all think. Are you kidding me?
It's like if you're not.
Is that across the board?
But y'all don't even try to teach us. Y'all would just punish us.
We teach you.
Y'all just punish
No, we taught. We can't punish you for something you don't know. For the most part, I mean, we could.
Yes, you can. Yes, y'all did. Y'all know that.
No. The punishment comes because we told you in the first place. We told you in the first place. Don't do it, and you go do it. So now, hence comes the punishment.
No, that's not true. That's not true, Mom.
Are you kidding me?
That's not true.
Yeah, that's not true for me.
Please explain. What
We do something for the first time. You're punishing us to try and teach us instead of talking through it. Like when we was little, y'all hit us on the hand if we did something the first time.
Okay.
Right, that was
But
when
you
we was little.
But you didn't do it
Couldn't
again.
talk to us then.
No, but you
Oh,
didn't do
yeah.
it. Did you do it again after I hit you? And I hit you again. Did you do it again?
Probably.
No.
Yeah.
So you didn't learn nothing. So you said the best thing for you two is a discussion. For some people on this line, they're saying, I can remember when my mama beat me and I said I wasn't gonna never do that again, and they didn't do it again.
I mean, we different. Everybody different. It's different time.
Is this?
If they really not doing
Jennifer
that,
said, you
yeah,
want to
I-
relate with them better. I tell my son, hey, I am at level 58, I think that's her age, and you are only at level 26. I know a lot more,
That's
which
not
y'all don't
true.
think. Y'all don't think we know anything.
We're not saying that, but
I feel
y'all
like
know. I don't.
when y'all talk, y'all
We don't know everything, but we know what's good for you.
right, but you can't like when you talking to, even though you know you have the authority, you can't talk to like. I mean, I'm not saying you can't because you the parent, but like when you talking to him like from a high authority, we just gonna cut our brain off. We're not listening.
Right, we're not
If
listening.
you coming to me like,
Are you serious?
I'm serious,
we
like
don't want to feel like we're like I don't know. Like
So
if you talking
based
to
on-
us like we like I don't know.
So based on my approach,
if you're not leveling with us, we're not gonna listen to y'all like usually father figures do this better. Like they'll level with you. Like, hey man, why'd you do that? And then we'll tell him why. Then he'll talk to us about like why that was wrong. But like when you just, this is how it shall be. This is my way. You're getting punished. I'm tuning you out. I'm not listening to that.
I think, and y'all help me with this. I think this is a girl-boy thing.
Yeah.
Not a mother, because I hear husbands say that they tune their wives out if she's nagging or
it's
if
better,
she's screaming.
honestly.
So I think at your age bracket, that's where you're headed.
I mean, honestly, it's better for. It's better to have like a 2-parent home with the father and the mother.
Okay, but I'm sorry that didn't happen for you.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So like,
I'm
that's
so
probably why-
sorry. I'm so sorry that didn't happen for you, but it doesn't mean
Yeah.
that your dad can't put some things in it for you
Yeah, but I'm saying
about me.
But I'm saying like when you like women can't like they
I agree with
can't
that.
raise men, like, you feel me?
Well, I will say this.
Like real men.
I will say, no. I will say this. There are plenty of women and a lot of women on this page right now that have raised men. I will say that men need to teach men. There are some things that we don't know, because I remember my girlfriend talking, and a man had to come and tell her. She had her son, when he went to the bathroom, pull his pants all the way down, his underwear all the way down, until her husband say, no, let him put his ping out the little hole. That's what the little hole is for. And he'll have to put his drawers down so all his booty ain't out. I mean, that was a man thing. I mean, you understand? I'm just saying that's a man thing. For a woman, we say pull them down, because that's what we do. We pull we pull it all the way down, and we go to the bathroom. So for you, we was pulling you all the way down. But a man came along, and this is very simple, and said, no, as a boy, they made the little hole for him to put his little ping through, and teaching that. I will agree with, there are tons of things that I think a man should be responsible. But where are the men? Help us with that.
I mean, y'all, never mind.
No, say it. Come on, we're having an honest discussion here. We're having an honest discussion.
Not going there.
We want, and Kathy says, we just want you to be safe no matter how old you are. KV said the time is different, but the principles never change. Ken said, oh, okay, that's disrespectful if they keep doing it. So if you keep doing it, then it's disrespectful. It's not disrespectful from the onset. She said, oh, she's saying that it's only disrespectful if you keep doing the same thing. But is it disrespectful from the beginning?
Think about how we are with God. Like, we make a sin, like, we repent for it, Like, but if we keep doing it, if we keep doing the same sin and then keep repenting for it, like we just basically disrespect.
So you don't
God.
think he get you for that first time you did it?
I mean,
Yeah.
you probably do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
do
Because you already know that what you're about to do is sin, for the most part. For the most part. You know, it's still some things.
Okay, look, the consequences that come with what you did is probably the way that he gets you.
Absolutely.
Okay then, and you learn from that, and you repent for your sins, and you shouldn't do it again. But if you keep doing it, then you disrespecting God. That's disrespectful to
That's what
God.
I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. It's just, and so you said,
Like I'm saying, if we make a bad decision, our consequences is gonna be from that bad decision, not from you. But if we keep making that bad decision,
okay, but you just said God gives you consequences too.
That's
You
the
pay-
natural. But that's
you
the natural.
pay-
That's
you
the
pay
natural consequence.
yeah, and your consequences from him is natural. It is natural.
No, I'm talking
so
about
you
that's
get
the
it from
natural
him.
that's the natural consequence from your bad decision, though.
What you did is
Yes.
the consequence. And so what does he do to you?
If what we did,
How do you know that you're getting punished by him? How do you know?
The punishment is from the consequence. I mean, from the bad decision that you made.
No.
If I kill somebody and I go to jail, that's the consequences for my bad decision.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come to jail and yell at me some more?
Yes. Yes, I am.
See, like
Yes, I'm coming.
So you gonna come there and
I'm
bash me
coming
even more?
because I taught
Look,
you.
look, listen.
I taught you do not kill nobody.
But listen though, but you bash me even more, and you know that I already know that I made a bad decision. That's not gonna help because I already know that I made a bad decision.
Is this the first time you ever made
So
it?
I'm
or
gonna
this
look at
is
you
your
like
second
this
time?
lady. Is it like if you come if like I'm in jail and you come and visit me? I'm gonna be like, and all you doing is bashing me for what I did. I'm gonna be like, okay, I already know this. Like you see, I'm in jail right now. What you gonna do? Yell at me? Oh, you're a terrible person. You killed somebody. I can't even look at you. You just gonna bash me while I'm already down?
That's really
That's
different.
that's elevated, but that's like the same.
yeah,
thing.
that is elevated way up there.
No, it's not
You know,
way.
I'm
No, that's not too
I
far.
think after the judge hit the gavel, you already know you get ready to pay. I ain't gotta say nothing on
That's
that
what I'm
one.
saying.
But I'm talking
If I
about
still-
just on a general principle.
No, it's all the same. It's the same
not all
thing.
the same.
It's the same. Thing.
Valerie asked, so what do our generations have in common? And what do we have in common?
What was y'all did back then?
I wasn't back then. You tell
I
us
mean,
that.
you've been with us for 17. Starting to be 17 May 22nd. Kyle turned 17 January 22nd. Y'all been with me for 17 years for the most part.
I don't
so
know you in and out.
Yeah, like I know you. I know like
I know the mother
father,
you,
your
but I don't know
mother,
you
your
in and
mother,
out.
yeah.
Like,
well, why is that?
cause I don't. That's not something you're
Okay.
not gonna tell me your personal life.
You should know my personal life.
You don't tell me
You
your
should
personal life.
know. You should know.
I don't know your personal life.
Yeah, well, anyway,
I don't know what you
Keela said, Keela said she just tuned in, but when do you let them learn by their mistakes or bad decisions made? Keela, I guess that's probably to me. You have a voice, but it's how you say it. That's what Keela said. So I have a voice, but it's how I say it. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
Really?
If you
So if I
think
say,
about it, if you always yelling at somebody, I'm not gonna.
well, you
listen to
tune me out.
Yeah.
You tune me
I'm
out.
not gonna lie, I do tune you out because when you start spamming me, I'm just like, oh, she's spamming again. I'll throw you in that spamming category, tuning her out. Oh, there she go again, spamming. But if you're talking to me like, come on, Sterl, like you.
Why do I have to dummy down who I am?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not even dumbing down, but like you think you so stuck on that. You so stuck on that. Like you not feeling.
I'm so stuck on how I parent.
Yeah, like that you're not
Until I
feeling. You're
can't-
not seeing what's working though. Like you
Okay.
stuck on what you know or something. I don't know. I guess it's what you know.
Yeah.
So you so like I don't even gotta do that because I know what I know and this is how I want it. So you're not caring about how I'm taking it. So I'm just gonna keep taking it the way I'm taking it because you're not coming to my level. You up here yelling down at me. I'm gonna just tune you out. You're not coming down talking to me, having a conversation so I can hear what you're trying to say.
So for your generation,
No, this is
No,
what
no.
a regular human being.
well, we're talking a parent thing here. So for your generation, we need to have more discussions.
I feel like it was any generation.
I feel like it's
You know,
any generation, honestly.
Should have so, and that could be true. Maybe it wouldn't be. It would be less divorces if we had more discussions. You think?
Divorces? No.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like we just said previous, it's really boy girl. You know, I'm still your mother, but like you just said,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
some things that men can only teach, and I totally agree with that. And it's some things that we've had to teach both, because there was no man around.
And that's never mind.
KV said, no, say it. He said, this is interesting. And KV is really a millennial. What is millennials, 30 and under?
No idea.
Yeah, you do have an idea. I know, Ken. Anna says, but when you say it the right way, then it isn't disrespectful. Angela said, as parents, we want you to demonstrate that you know what's right. We want you to demonstrate what you know is right, so that when you're off on your own, we have seen it through your demonstration, not just your words. So what makes us comfortable, because what always makes me proud is if I standing, what makes me proud is because a lot of people know you because of who I am, and because I get around people really knew you with that blonde hair. Mm-hmm. And so my fear is he gonna say yes, or he gonna be like, yeah, what? That's
What I'm saying
but
is,
I want to make sure. But that's a parent's fear. We want to make sure what we taught you comes across when we're not there. That's what this whole thing is about.
right, but if you see,
And that's a trust.
but if you see that
Somebody wants to come on. Go ahead.
If you see that you shouldn't have that fear, then why still have that fear?
Yeah, but I'm saying at the onset, I don't see it, so I want to make sure. It's like we want to make sure that you do the right thing.
That's like saying
Somebody wants to come on.
That's like saying you bought a new house. You scared to walk in it the first day, but like after walking in it so much, you realize you shouldn't have that fear no more. So would you still fear it? No, you wouldn't, because you see that it's okay to keep going in there.
Okay. KV said maybe another part in the disconnect is really exploring the why behind you do what you do. And when the why is explored, so I need to ask you, Sterling, why did you do that? Right. When it's exposed, you can see where you need to hone in on the guidance.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. 100%.
Okay. Yeah, he's close to your age too. Keela said they look at the bad and not the info provided. That's good. She said, y'all look at the bad and not the information that we give you. Is that true for you?
I mean,
because you tuned us out.
Yeah, you keep
based on how it's presented.
Yeah, you gotta present it.
He said no, it's not across the board. But okay, I got you, KV. Mama said they are trying to dodge punishment.
No, I feel like
I agree with. I agree with some punishment. You know, I feel like if it's necessary.
If it's necessary, though, y'all do.
If
like,
it's necessary,
unnecessary
like
punishment.
You just said.
No,
Hey.
you should be, because we have to get some justification out of the fact that you understand what we said and what we told you not to do. Let me see who this is that wants to
Okay,
come
so
on.
if the why, like, so say y'all discussed it and his why, or like still in this case.
Oh wait, here we go. This is gonna be good.
In this case, it'd be like Sterling. So say Sterling why matched up with yours, and then he understood. You still gonna punish him?
Yeah, because there's a consequence.
That's gonna make me feel like
there is a consequence. I need to say, Sterling, you understand what you did was wrong. You said, yeah. I say, yeah. I'm like, hey, pay attention.
That's how you got me on Facebook Live. People hit me on Snapchat.
And I say, let me see if he comes on. And I say, Sterling, you understand what you did is why you say, yeah. And I'm not going to wrong. You in the dark. Say, yeah. And I say there are some consequences from my standpoint, from where I sit, that you need to be punished so that I can make sure you got the lesson.
But like when you
The
having
consequence, the repercussions from whatever you did is not enough. You got to get it from your authority.
No, you don't. See,
Yeah,
I
you
don't know where. Like if you having that talk, then do it again after we had that talk about it.
So I
Like
need,
say we had
so
a talk
I need to
about
give
it.
you a one. I need to give you a one.
If
A
we had
chance.
that, no, yes, but no,
But-
like you making it seem like too general. Oh, I'm saying like if we had that talk about it and we can't, we out with it, and I still do it, then that's a reason to punish me. Cause like we came out with it, we understood each other, and I still made the decision to do it. Then you should punish me.
Most of the time,
But like when you throw that punishment in after the conversation, like I'm just gonna look at them. I'm gonna be like, oh, she just had that conversation.
So what should I say after we've had the conversation?
Okay, don't do it again, and leave it up to me. If I'm gonna do it, let me make the decision.
So you get to get away with whatever you did?
It's not a getaway because I'm already punished by the bad decision. So you punish me on top of that.
You're punished by the bad decision.
Yes. If it's a bad decision, then I'm gonna be punished by it.
Okay, but you also need to have. Let me see. Oh, he's gone. Do y'all get this?
How would you?
Keela said basically they are saying punishing them is not giving them the chance to express themselves. Keela's almost a millennial too, or make their own decisions. Wait a minute. She says basically they are saying punishing them is not giving them the chance to express themselves or to make their own decisions. Okay, let's. Bishop Amere wants to come on, and I'm gonna tell him what you said about him. Hold on, I'm trying to get Bishop Amere. Bishop Amere, if we can get him on, he is a former NBA basketball player. His son plays for the Bulls. Played for the Bulls. And I can't see you at all.
I'm in the dark.
You straight up there. Y'all pay y'all light bill?
With benevolent offering.
Did you pay your light bill? Hey, Dr. Sabrina is on.
We just did a lot.
I want you to get 3 people on here.
This is very interesting.
Are you?
I hear you.
We can hear you.
But that's good. My voice is better than my face. So, brief me real quick.
Well, we're talking about, they're talking about if they make a wrong decision. Can you hear me? It's some horrible feedback.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
You
Okay, I
know?
see a little something. Okay, those of you that's just tuning in, I got Kyle and Sterling here. Turn it low. Since I brought them in. And we're talking about they Snapchat and Instagram is calling them because we've been on for a minute. Is that what's happening over there?
I don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Okay, Amira's gone again. Okay. Do you want to stop going with the lie?
No.
They will be able to. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so let's transition a little bit. Well, what I'm learning from this, Keela, if you're still watching, your mom says, give your explanation about the thrash. You know what that is?
No idea.
Kyle, why do we have to ask several times? Do you have to ask me to cook several times? So she's saying, why do we have to keep asking you to do the same thing? Yes.
Who asked to do the same thing?
Because you don't do it.
No, it's not even that. Like y'all saying, I feel like parents they over exaggerate everything. So we can go a month with taking, like say you told us to take up the trash a month ago. We do it the whole month, and then we do miss the day. You be like, why I gotta tell you over and over and over again?
We're not robots. We're not programmed in our head. Oh, take out that trash. Oh, take out to the trash. On my way.
Well, that's exactly
On my
what we're
way.
trying to do is program you
We're not robots.
to take out the. We should not have to tell
But
you
we're
to
not
take out.
robots, though.
But
This
we
is something
should
that
have-
you
but
don't
we
take on the
should-
trash.
I'm not ever supposed to take it out because that's your job.
Okay, I'm not.
But
Okay.
we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there.
Something that you do.
You supposed to have responsibility.
Sometimes you don't good.
Whatever. You're supposed to have responsibilities around here, and so we should. So you're telling us we need to pat you on your back when you do it?
No, but don't act like we never do it. That's what we saying, because it's gonna make us feel like, what's the point of doing it? She gonna act like we never do it anyway.
No. Y'all relax. Y'all get this kind of thinking.
What do you mean?
Oh my God.
So if you have it, bro,
Gwendolyn said different thought pattern for the youth today. They want to be on our level, and that's just not the case. Sorry, you guys, that's not the case.
I mean,
KB said, yep, he's proving my point earlier. You have to explore the why. I did it because I thought it was a good idea and it was fun. You're telling me no and don't do it, but it doesn't change that I still want to do it. Is that true for y'all? You still want to do it because it's something fun you want to
I
do?
don't really do nothing. Like, and that's another thing. Like, I can't speak for most of the other.
yeah, like you gotta know your kid.
Like me and Sterling.
Like we don't do
wired
nothing.
differently.
Absolutely.
We don't do.
We really wired
stupid
differently.
stuff.
Like,
Okay. All right. I think Bishop is. I want y'all to stay on. I want you to really hear Bishop Amere. He's gonna. April said he's a forgiving God, but he's also jealous. So, Kyle, where are you going? See, I have to keep Kyle's attention. So, how is it? How is that not the same? I think I'm missed a lot of. Angela said, as young men, you have to respect the person that's speaking into your life and want to listen and learn from them. Kyle, what are you doing? Ain't no breaks. Get back in here. Akila says, I think what he is saying is to let him learn from the mistakes and not from the parent. Is that true?
Yes, that's exactly it.
So why are we here?
I mean,
Why are we here if we can't?
To guide us, not to punish. Y'all not put on this earth to punish us.
Yes, we are.
No, y'all not.
We are God's extension, in case you didn't know that. He doesn't want to be punished by his mistakes and then again by you.
I'm not.
That's Keela.
What? I didn't say that.
No, Keela said that you don't want to be punished by your mistakes and then by me again. Okay, Bishop Amere, I'm going to bring you on. I'm trying to get it right. KB says tequila, but every mistake doesn't come with automatic punishment.
That's when you guide us, like to let us know that what we're doing is not benefiting us. You feel
Okay,
what I'm
Bishop
saying?
Amere, we're gonna try. Okay, Steph, you need a man. Leave Sterling alone.
I like that one.
Yeah, the parent is talking at them and not to them. That's what Keela says.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, she understands.
See, but then when y'all going,
Keela is
now,
right
look,
there.
You gonna switch that up and say we gotta go on their level, downplay ourselves. Like we not saying that.
Right. Just talk to us. Talk to us, not Alice.
Okay, I'm learning too, Can. KB said my mother raised. I'm bringing you on in a few seconds, Pastor. KB said my mother raised me. She gave me that guidance that only a mother can. However, she was smart enough, to put me around some men to teach me what she couldn't. And that's what I've done. Over the years, I've had plenty of male role models that were honorable men that he looks up to today. This is starting to go down the road of male mentorship and not just parent to child or specifically mother to son. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Bishop, come back. I'm sorry. I'm gonna come get you.
Who did you?
No one can have a discussion when someone is yelling. Sometimes as parents, we do have to calm down. Now that's true. Angela's true. Angela's the first lady. We do have to calm down, and you're very right about that. I'm very guilty. I will stand guilty for that. Hey, I don't need no thumbs up over there. Keela says double punishment is what the problem is for them. That's what y'all think?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go get Bishop right now. See if he got some lights.
She's true.
Bishop, you coming? Oh, okay. He's trying. I'm gonna keep reading the comments while he's coming. Okay. Lots of people are on. Lots of people are watching. Jennifer said they should be sad when they disappoint you. Are y'all sad when y'all disappoint us?
I mean, yeah, but like when you start yelling at us, it makes us
No,
feel
but are
like-
you just, are you?
That's what we put up the wall. When y'all start trying to yell at us and punish us, like that's when we automatically put up a wall. Like, oh, she tripping. Like it's
And
not
you just tune us out.
like, oh, she just tripping. Like that's that wall right there. As soon as you, it's like
I think that this is a man-woman thing. I don't think it's a
like
man.
automatic. Yeah, because like with a man, a man would like talk to you. Like you're like trying to understand. Like why did you just do that? Like what's
There's a
your
bunch
point
of
in doing
comments.
that?
Bro said, ask them what. How come I can't see you, Bishop? What's the problem?
I don't know what's wrong with the phone.
Okay. Ask them what wrong should be handled by conversation. And so by conversation, Berwin said, what kind of punishment do you deserve?
So, Steph,
Yeah.
what?
Everybody, let me introduce you before you come on.
Introduce me.
Yeah, a little bit. This is Bishop Amere.
What is you coaching?
Oh, there you go. I saw a finger or something. I want the
Can
folks
you
to see
laugh
your
at you?
face.
She said you introduced me on a live at 11 o'clock.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, people are here and listening. Keela
All
says
right.
she got y'all back. Bye, Keela.
Brief me on with your opinion. What you trying to say?
Okay, Bishop, give us your opinion.
On what?
They feel like once they've done something and they've done it wrong, that should be punishment enough, that there should not be double punishment, meaning me as the parent should not punish them, and that we ought to have a conversation with them.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
yell at them.
As men, you need to learn men to develop, and the only way they can develop is sometimes learning from their own mistakes. And oftentimes, as parents, black parents, we like the slavery punishment. We like to hit. We like to isolate. We like to imprison our children instead of developing a relationship to communicate with them. Because most of the time, when they messed up, particularly if they had godly parents, they already feel guilty. They already feel in pain. They already feel the weight of their mistake on them. And sometimes, as parents, we can lose them by putting more pressure upon them when we should just be an encourager and a communicator with them. Sometimes, when our kids they go through dumb seasons, that's what I call them. We don't need to say nothing. Just let them go through. Because when they were born, they look like us, but when they die, they look like their decisions. So we got to teach our children how to make the right decisions and how to recover from decisions. And all the time, it's not about a rant or a belt or beating them and blah, 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 I raised you better. Sometimes it's just being there as a parent, like, being more transparent. That's why I don't like a lot of church older folk. Y'all forget where y'all come from. You need
Y'all,
to, yeah, y'all need to tell your
I
children,
want you
listen,
to show your face.
I've been high before. Some church mothers been thoughts. They got 7 kids with 7 baby mamas. We don't tell us because we need to be transparent with our kids. Like, look, I've been where you've been. I've been where you get.
I just know
You got everything about me.
No, I don't. No, I do.
See?
I just know you as my mother. Like I don't
Right.
know nothing. Like I don't know nothing what you did.
Right.
I don't know.
That's not true. That's not true.
See, our children don't even know us. They need to be transparent. You need to be transparent with our children. We need to talk to our children. And I think we'll earn their respect because most of our children that's in the church, they just know the church side of us. They don't know we have testimonies too. We've been young too. And so we gain more respect because the millennials are thinkers. They have more knowledge. The Bible even said they're going to increase in knowledge, but they're going to be weaker, wiser but weaker. So when you tell them something, it has to make sense. They're going to ask you the question why. They're not asking the question why because they've been disrespectful. They're asking the question why because they're just knowledgeable. They want to know why the heck
Now
you tell me
we
to do
couldn't
this.
ask why, right?
I know that was slavery though, and our parents was teaching us to be mute. That teaching us you want to control the narrative, but then you want to push us out there into society and say think of our own. Well, all of my life you've been thinking for me because if I speak, you're gonna smack me. If I ask you a question, you're gonna knock my teeth out. But then when I get in society and I don't know how to speak for myself, you get mad. See, that's very oxymoronic and filled with ambiguity. We got to learn to tell our kids, and when they ask us why, sometimes it's not always disrespect, and we also be able to give them an answer, particularly a man. How you just gonna tell me not to mess with this chick? How you gonna tell me not to mess with her? You gonna have to make some reasons. When I tell my sons be careful with white girls, I tell them why. I say they're gonna freak on you, but listen, you're gonna love it. But this is what happened. If her daddy don't approve it, when she find out, he might call and make her say you raped her. So you gotta make it. You gotta make it make sense. Besides just don't mess with white girls, don't do this. I mean, make it make sense. Talk to me, communicate with me, and I think you'll earn their respect more. Because millennials, this ain't gonna take. Even in the church, they ain't just gonna say, let you tell them don't do this, don't do it. They gonna ask you why. I mean, I got a relationship with God. I make it make sense. You just, we were just told don't go left, and we didn't go left.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
retarded. I'm an individual. Why can't I go left? Make it make sense. And
Yeah.
so the way we parent as black people, we parent, and we based our emotions off the tremors of slavery. Slavery still affects us. We teach our children don't know how to oftentimes think for themselves because we just tell them what to do. And mama has always said, you can't think for Sterling. You got to make him choose him to make some decisions for himself. And once he make those decisions, he can live with them. All right. It's better to live with your own mistakes versus some mistakes somebody told you to do and it didn't turn out right.
So how do we as parents, especially mothers, single mothers, just sit back and watch them make this mistake?
Well, you got to talk to them. You got to warn them between the severity of the mistake. Sometimes their heart might have to get broken. You can see what type of girl she is, and you warning him. But sometimes, regardless of what you say, the more you tell a young man not to mess with a girl, this gonna turn back and he's gonna mess with him anyway. You have to put it on the table and be done with it. Allow him to make the right mistakes, because you don't want him to become resentful towards you and just do it out of resentment. That's just true.
Wow. Wow.
Especially if you're in high school, man. I mean, just true. There's some freaks out there, and white girls is the bomb. I'm just Lady May saying Bishop, but I'm telling the truth. I mean, and then you got to tell them the severity.
Wow.
That's what a
Wow.
friend told me. White girls are the bomb. So,
Oh my
and so my point is, you got to tell them be careful with us, but some things they got to learn it themselves. But it depends on the severity of what they're dealing with. But you got to
Now,
let them develop until the people they want to be.
wow. Okay. Well, I hear you.
Especially if
Okay.
you're an athlete. We athletes, we live on a different plane. We live on a different. We different. We're just
Talk
different.
to them a
Period.
little bit about that perspective.
Our mindset is different. We don't even look at the church like, I mean, even in the church where I laugh at preachers because they suck up to bishops and all this kind of stuff. Man, you just a person like me. And an athlete have a different mindset. I mean, we think like kings. We think like leaders. We're victorious. And then when we're victorious on the football field, we dominant on the basketball field, and then we get home, it's hard for them to adjust and their mother to treating them like they're kindergartens and they're in high school and they're all state athlete. It's hard for the adjustment to be mama's boy and be that athlete and be the guy on the court, be the guy on the football field. Then they come home and be treated like mama's boy. It's adjustment. And then you try to discipline him and you're saying he's been disrespectful. He's not being disrespectful. He's just in a positioning that he works hard for. His testosterone level is booming. His masculinity is raging. And so you can't treat him like he's a little boy. All right, Sterling is not the same little Sterling you had 10 years ago. He's a man now. Even in my house, my mother been staying here for the last 3 months, and there's some adjustments because last time I stayed with my mom, I was 18. I'm 46 now. So she's still trying to parent the 18-year-old. Mom, I'm 46 now. I'm a bishop and pastor. So we have to grow with our children. All right, Armani's 6'3", 220 pounds now. Amere's 6'4". We're not parent. Those are our sons, but those are adults now. And I think parents want to just parent like, you're my child, you're going to do what I say, and that's it. But that's not fair and that's not right. We ought to grow with the child, and the child ought to grow with us. We're not the same as we were 10 years ago. And I think as I had that challenge, I used to talk to my sons like they're kids, and they doing their thing, and then they come around me. I'm treating them like they still 5. That ain't gonna work. It causes frustration, and we call it disrespect. It's not disrespect. I'm growing into manhood.
Wow. So where was the ball dropped, you think, for I know the percentages are high for single parents and women predominantly, being single parents trying to raise, especially black boys. Where do you think the disconnect is happening?
I mean, listen, you
I
really
mean,
want me
and
to?
I don't know if you could even talk from that because you grew up with a two-parent home.
No,
You
my
raised your
father,
boys with a
my real
two-parent home.
father was a gangster. My mama got pregnant by a gangster, but my daddy's stepfather helped raise me. So I had both worlds. But I will say this, that every man would do what he has to. Men are hunters. I mean, men love to be intimate, have sexual relationship with women, right?
Yeah.
I think the greater responsibility, um, and I hate to say it but women ought to make sure they know the character of the man that they lie with. Because why would you? I'm just asking you this now. Why would you have a father or be sexually active with an individual that has absolutely nothing going for himself, and you don't protect yourself? You're intimate with him, have sexual relationship, and get pregnant by him, and then want to produce something from nothing. I mean, why are we setting ourselves up with the same narrative? Continue to go father children by guys that's worthless. Because if a guy has a wonderful child, a son or a daughter, and does not and take care of them, they're infidels. The infidels goes down, as etymology teaches us, an infidel is just like a sinner. He's an unbeliever. So if you don't take care of your children, the Bible's almost equates you to a sinner that you ain't even saved. So we got to make, as women of God, we got to make wiser choices. I mean,
Yeah.
because you got to think, a man gonna say and do what he has to do to lay with you, but you got to protect yourself, and you can't just
Absolutely.
father children by anybody. I mean, you can't produce children by anybody. I mean, that's just I just believe that.
Wow. Wow. So do you think a woman can adequately raise a boy child?
Well, quite naturally, I have to say yes. You look at Isaiah Thomas, who mother raised him on the west side of Chicago. You got a lot of single mothers that can raise a child. Yes, I believe a mother can, but you have to teach your child how to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
That everything in life, I don't care how good you are. My son was Mr. A&T. He was Mr. Southaven, Mr. Blossomtown. Amir Jr. was the sixth nation and the sixth leading scorer in the entire nation. You only can raise your children the best way you know. There's no perfect parents. You can do all the right things, your kid end up a thug or in prison, or you can be a trifling mother, trifling father. Your kid can be in the dark. You only can do what you know best, and so you cannot be held accountable often. And when you did all you can do, that's all you know to do. Period. I mean, you shouldn't feel bad because whatever the father didn't do. You just know what you know to do, and ask God to put your child in God's hand. And because we all gonna have bad season, we're gonna have bad days, bad times when we make the wrong decisions. And you gotta ask yourself, Lord, don't I hope this decision don't. And that's the danger in it. If you don't hear nothing else I say, Sterling, you all make sure you don't make decisions that's gonna cost you your life. Because
Yeah, I know.
we all make decisions, but make sure the decision doesn't cost you your life. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
like your freedom. Period.
Yeah.
Right.
We all make mistakes. I done made mistakes and everything. You know, that's just like they said I had a baby at 14. Come to find out, the woman, because I was an all-state, all-American basketball player, the whole family planted the baby, said the baby was mine. The baby was looked like my mother. And you know, DNA didn't get prevalent until the O.J. Simpson case came out. I was just talking about that. And so I didn't realize the baby wasn't mine until last year. The woman couldn't even have a baby. But because I was a star athlete, the mama, the grandmother, the whole family plotted on me and said, we're going to put this baby on him because we know he's going to the league. So
Wow.
it's a vicious game out there. Women are cold blooded. I mean, we ain't gangster like women. Don't ever make a woman mad.
I agree. I will agree with that. I will. What age should we start to release the boys?
The moment the moment he becomes start you start planting the seeds of responsibility the moment he realizes he's the man of the house. Is the Now for you example, if you were to date, it's going to be hard for you to bring a man in and he comes in and start telling Sterling what to do when Sterling is the man of the house along with your dad. You're going to clash because you can't
Yeah.
have two men at one house. So sometimes you have to put your life on pause that relates to date. You can go out and date and have good time movies, but when it comes to really bringing somebody home and he all of a sudden telling Sterling you can't do this, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So, because he is the man of the house, and most men, young men grow up in the single parent home, those mothers need to realize that this young man been the man of the house all of his time. He's not gonna take no man coming in telling him what to do, trying to whoop him at 17, 18. He ain't taking no L's like that. Now I'm gonna respect you because you my mother's friend, you my mother's fiance, but as far as you're not my father, period. And
Yeah.
so that becomes a serious matter.
Wow. Candace said, Smith's mom, she said, a woman can teach right and wrong, teach them about the Lord and morals, but a woman cannot teach a boy child how to be a man.
Nope, you
That's what
can't.
Candace said.
You can, and that's why the church is at a crisis right now because it's sad when we see 3 million men in prison, and then you have people that high percentage of our men being gay. It's just bad, and most of those men that are gay come from a background of being abandonment, left alone, and most of those men that have been molested or turned out is comes from a fatherless home. A
Uh,
fatherless home is a real vulnerable home.
yeah, yeah. Or would you say that the boys just take on female mannerisms because that's
Yeah,
all you see?
and that's what one of the things because we had lack of mentorship because guys take on female mannerisms and they do things like women do. I'm writing a book like what do you do when your son tries on his mother's shoes? You know, sometimes you run out to get the garbage, and I mean one time one of my sons ran out to get the garbage, and we had to hurry up and get the garbage. And he jumped in his mother's shoes. I said, "Man, don't you ever in your life wear your mama's shoes. You go out there barefooted. If you do it, I'm gonna break your neck." But the point it was telling them it was an experience. It was an experiment. If I was not there, what would have happened? If I wouldn't have been able to teach, that was a teachable moment. And if I would have missed that moment, what would it develop into?
You got a question?
No, I was about to say, like when it's only a mother and son in the house, like the son is gonna take on like the tendencies of the woman, and like they gonna be like the son gonna grow up to like the woman, like most single parent household, like with the woman, like they hate, like they have a hatred towards men. So that son is gonna grow up with the same hatred that you have towards men. And
Yep.
that's how like usually like when they grow up, like it's so easy for them like to kill each other. Cause like they hate men just like you hate men, and they
Yep.
respond like how a woman would respond. Like if somebody like step on, like say something to make you mad, like you gonna respond in anger and like not look at it for what it
Like
is.
a female would
Yeah,
respond?
like a female will respond, but
Ah,
you're a man, so you're gonna do more damage than a female would.
ah,
And like
That's
it's
absolutely
like
true.
more math. It's like you're gonna be more emasculated. So like you can like like for if I say a woman, and like if you respond like a woman and you a man, like you're gonna be like more advanced than what a woman would do to me because you're a man, and like you're gonna have like the masculine traits to
ah,
take out what you really want to take out.
ah.
So like that's how it's so easy. But like in the like especially in the black community, because most of them grow up with one parent and mostly women, that they can kill each other so easy because they have that hatred, the same hatred that the single mother has for men, and they grow up with it. If they a man, they like physically they're a man, and like their testosterone, all that is pumping. So it's easier for like.
So you think that's why it's
That's why stuff is the way it is.
domestic violence is big? And
No, like killing each other, like with guns and stuff. Like so, like usually, like people, like you can tell somebody grew up in a single household. Like if you say something like probably not even disrespectful, like telling them the truth, like, hey man, like you can't be doing that, and they ready to fight you or they ready to kill you because you trying to help them. Like that's
I think
something
that came from a woman.
yeah, that came from a woman, like because they didn't have
So
a
y'all
man in
agree
their life to talk to them like that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so like they get mad at you.
So that's a characteristic that you take on from the woman.
Yes.
And then it's double because you're a man.
Right.
Right. The forcefulness of it is double because you're a man. But it's really a female character.
Like you're gonna act like a female, but like you're gonna be like you physically a man. But like you're gonna do stuff like basically like you're gonna take it as a female, but you're gonna act on it like a man.
What you think about that, Bishop?
He's true. I mean, women are more emotional creatures than men. You know, it's absolutely true. We take on the characteristic. We're more cackly like a mother. And a bitter mother usually turn out bitter children. And that's why a lot of even our mothers that dog the church out, the kids grow up and the kids don't want no parts of the church, not because they had experience, but because of what their mother said. And based upon the home is the base. And this is what God is really blessing us for COVID-19 to teach us how to get our homes in order. Some of us have been going to church so long, we don't have a relationship with our children. We don't talk to our children. We don't support our children. We had church when our kids got basketball and football games. That's retarded. You should be at your son's game, supporting your child. But you know, those are the kind of things. And so our children go up angry, and they're really emotional. There's no emotional stability in the home, and they just go out in society and feel like they don't feel no self-worth. You get your identity from your father. You get your pride from your father. You usually learn how to fight and box from your father. And if he's not there, you don't understand self-worth. And you just go out and just do anything, steal, rob, kill, because you feel that you don't have nothing to lose. And you're angry.
So what do they learn from the mother?
Oh, they learn compassion. They learn love. They learn to be wise. Most women are more wiser than men because God created you to be that way, because we wasn't created for you. You were created for us.
Yeah.
And God gave you the wisdom to deal with us. And that's why even in the Bible, the Lucifer, the devil, went to talk to Eve first, because the devil had enough understanding to know Eve had the power of persuasion. She could get him to do what Satan couldn't get him to do. And to have a wise woman is really a plus in life for any aspect. If you got a wise mother, grandmother, and the way to be blessed is always to honor your mother and your grandmother, period. And but you know, sometimes you all women can be very nagging. Y'all can
Yes.
nag. And Solomon said, "I'd rather stay in the desert than deal with a woman that's always quarrelsome and nagging."
Wow. Well, I just need y'all to ask the why we nag like we do. Y'all never ask the why. Candace said the enemy attacks the family by removing the head. Anything without a head is missing a certain covering,
Candace is right. Candace is right.
protection, example, direction. Then women are forced to attempt to take on both roles, which is impossible.
And
And
that's one
Andrew,
of the problems with swapping roles today. You know, and I talked about it the other day. My wife is very progressive, and she's a master's degree, but she's from the hood, West Side Chicago. But now she's borderline this feminist movement, and she's a wonderful wife that builds a house. But you know, women, I would say my mother age, your Staffy, your mom, and you yourself,
yeah,
that generation was focused more on the home, but now women are focused more on their career than their
yeah,
home. They're trying to become a prophetess. They're trying to become a CEO, a millionaire. When women, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, was focused on their home, and the home was a better place when women were in the home. But now women can't be in the home and nurture their children. Women have to work. Women have
yeah.
to be the boss. So the
Yeah.
roles have significantly changed, and while the roles have changed, the child suffers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Angela said. She said they see abusive homes and they see that, and they take on those characteristics that they take on and see. Well, this has been awesome. What do you want to tell them regarding? And I just throw this out there: premarital sex.
It's good, but just stay away from it. It's too much problems.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm gonna tell you straight up. What you thought I was gonna lie? It's what I mean. It's wonderful. It's beautiful, but it causes too much problem. Baby mama drama and all that stuff, man. It ain't worth it. I'm telling you. One of my sons going through that baby mama drama. It ain't worth the headache. So flee from fornication. It'll be there. It'll be waiting on you. That's
Dude,
that is good.
uh,
They laughing. Look at them. I'm
yeah,
serious.
yeah.
It ain't man. It ain't worth it. I'm telling you. Whew.
Do now is that one of those things too that the more I say no, don't do it, then that
Yes. Yes. Allow them to feel self pride of saying, let them say no because they don't want to do it. Not no because mama thinks it is wrong.
wow,
That's
wow,
all about developing manhood. And to encourage all the people that will watch and going to watch with life, there's no perfect parenting. There's no perfect parent. We all
yeah,
experience it.
yeah,
Especially if you got the one child, you experience there's something. Each child you should become wiser. But no, there's no written handbook on how to parent. So you can't parent like I parent. And that's
yeah,
one of the worst things we do. We try to parent like other people's parents, and that doesn't work.
yeah, yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Well,
Well, I
uh,
appreciate you. I'm about to go to bed. You all keep working out. That's right. Keep working out. Get them
I'm
jump
bringing them
shots
down
in.
there soon. I'm bringing them
Y'all
down
bring
there
them down
soon.
this quarantine. Though we're gonna work them out.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I appreciate you all.
All right, thanks,
All
everybody.
right.
That was Bishop Amere May. He's out of North Carolina from up by South Bend. Met him years ago um, when I was with Eastern's Choir. We went to his church and we just reconnected through Facebook some years ago. Awesome man of God. And if you ever go on his page, I think he changed it to Big AM Bishop Amere, but he's Sterling, what you call him? I'm gonna tell you, say it. He's bishop at night and a thug in the day, or something you say it. Anyway, he's very proactive, especially with the young man that just got killed for jogging, and the lady, the Candace lady that's speaking ill against the black culture. Um, he spoke very well. But oh my God, there's Dr. Dorinda. Hey, sister, we got to get her on. And so he speaks very candid about it. And so he's hanging out. His church is in North Carolina, and he's doing a wonderful job there. Um, Absolutely. Sean is graduating. Sean and Samantha, yes. Or Sean is graduating and Samantha. I think they keep up on Instagram. Y'all see them on Instagram?
I see him sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, Stone said he sees Samantha and Sean sometimes on their hangout, which is Instagram. So so thanks guys. I appreciate you guys. Wait a minute, that's not how you end the show. Thank you guys for being candid with me and talking about young people stuff. Which,
Sorry to make you rethink your parenthood.
but I'm still old school. Dr. Dorinda, since I got you, would you come on and talk to us for 30 seconds? Would you do that? Can I bring you on? Because, oh my gosh, you're on my feed and you've given everybody in the world an interview. And this is so impromptu. Could you give me 5 minutes? I'm going to try to see. Y'all stay with me. They'll receive an invite. Let's see if can't bring Dorinda on camera. I don't know what that means. See, Facebook is they're back, but they're not back. So I don't know. It just told me to bring her on, and then it said I can't bring her on. So I don't know. I don't know. They'll receive an invite to join you. Okay. Okay. We'll wait and see if she picks up the invite or comes on, or if she comes on and invite. But as you guys know, the Clark sisters is just all over. They held us hostage a few weeks ago with their brand new movie. I mean, it was right in the middle of nobody going anywhere. The streets were clear, and that was the perfect time for their movie to come on. Over 3.7 billion people, I want to say, or million. They just shut Lifetime down, just shut it down. And so we are super proud. They're right here from Detroit. And I was just excited because while the movie was going on, I was like, oh my gosh. In case some of you guys don't know, I tell my little story all the time, how Dr. Clark, Millennials Clark that is, was my first, they opened up the school, I should say, Clark Conservatory. And I was the first student there. And Twinkie was my teacher. And that, I mean, they were still putting the walls up. And Twinkie called me, and I had a music teacher, and I totally dropped her. And when Clark Conservatory opened, and so I had a chance to work alongside Dorinda, Dr. Dorinda, if you will, and Karen. I mean, that's what we just called them. Jackie was handling the business part of it. She was just who we know her to be. And I never forget Karen. Me and Karen was about the same age. I started there when I was about 16, 17 years old. And then it spilled over to me going to Eastern, and I was driving back and forth. About 17, 18 years old, I was driving back and forth to Eastern. Twinkie kept me afloat so that I could keep the choir afloat. So I learned how to play, and I had Dr. Clark as my teacher. That was scary. She's like, what you looking at? I couldn't stop looking at her because I couldn't believe she was in there teaching. She's like, sit up, move your feet. You gotta put something into it. Do something. And next time I see y'all, you better have that. Move. How come your feet in your left? She was really letting me have it in that 1 hour lesson. And so, Dr. Clark, was your vocal? Yes. Dorinda did vocal teaching, and Jackie handled the business, but they all would step in. I even had Karen once, because if one was out of town, they were all capable of handling each other's roles, which was interesting. And so it was super, super exciting for me. And I was like, wow, the school was happening back then. I was hoping they'd write one line about the school because Dr. Clark was the first to implement 3-part harmony in big choirs. That was a quartet thing. And she was the first to put it to big choirs. And I was just happy to be a part. They were all, we're not that far. I think Karen and I are about the same age, and the rest of them are a couple, 2 or 3, few years older than me. So I was super excited to have Twinkie. Alberta says she's the one who told me, oh, you was tone deaf. Yes, yeah, that's Bishop Albertus right there, Pastor Albertus Johnson. We grew up together. And Anton Foster, those of you that know Anton, that's his brother. And Anton played for the Clark sisters. And he's really how I really got connected with the Kojic world, because you guys know I'm not Kojic, but you would never know it because I was always at every musical, at every program I've emceed. I've hung out in the Kojic world. But we grew up non-denominational. And so, they were very honest. Look, do you hear me? They were extremely honest with you in terms of your ability. And sometimes they say, baby, well, maybe singing ain't quite, your thing. Maybe you should be an usher. No, they didn't do that. but they were very honest, and they worked people very hard. And there are people out there today that I know. Pastor Ovella, she was she's a pastor now, but she's a fluent musician. She was there. Yasmin, who is a prolific singer around the country. She's our Star Spangled Banner Queen. Um, just quite a few people that came through the school and are now doing wonderful things, or they went on and they've done wonderful, wonderful things. So to be a part of that hierarchy, if you will, a part of the Clark sisters, they were teaching us all that their mom had put into them. So Dorinda, I heard her say on, I've been catching every show you've been doing. I don't know if she's still on, but I heard her talk about being the first to implement a breathing technique that is used worldwide with the balloon. And I'm telling you, it really works. Angela said, who we grew up together back in the Eastern days, she said she loves these conversations. Harold and I were youth pastors for 25 years, and we seven had many real open conversations with our youth. Yes, you have to do that, which allowed them to open up and discuss. Now, the challenge for my son, and my son is very forthright and honest. He had to be, because I was over the youth. So he could not afford to be scared to say what was on his mind. And I had to hold back my reaction to some of the things that he would say. So yes. And so I said to you guys, I think we've been on long enough. I said to you guys, to open up to your youth, have these kinds of discussions, because what has happened between Sterling and me, I didn't know him. And when we had to be stuck in the house together, because we were two ships passing in the night. I worked midnights. I came in the morning. He was going to school. He came in when I was getting ready to go to work. And that was just a piece of it. It was always me juggling him as a single parent. And so we really didn't know each other. And so really just as of late, like a week, we've come to some agreements on some things in terms of parenting. And I'm just willing to try to make some necessary changes. It's just some things that I still don't do to my mother today that these millennials, they do. Like, I still don't ask my mama why. I just don't. We just did not. And so, again, we have to come with the times. We have to come up to the times. All right, everybody, we're going to do this again. This was all totally impromptu. I'm going to contact Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole, and maybe she'll grant me a little bit of time because I am in the process of getting my podcast together, and Kyle is going to show me how to edit so that I could get my show back up and running. Radio station asked me to come back, and we'll see what happens because just everything is so different, and online is the thing that's happening. I opened up a room. I don't know what I did, but I think Facebook is back again. Okay, I love y'all, and I'm glad our boys shared some. Candace, if you're still on, congratulations to Sean. They all grew up together, and I'm super proud of him. He's still quiet and super smart and super proud of him. And so, yes, we need to have, Cynthia, we do need to have these kinds of conversations. Okay? It's midnight, and a whole new slew of people going to start tuning in. So I better get off because I'll stay with them because people are just waking up and turning over to Facebook, and they'll see I'm on it, and they'll start to tune in. Bishop Alvernis, God bless you. We need to have a conversation too, because God delivered Bishop out of the virus, and so I do want to talk to some survivors, to some survivors, and we will. I call him Alvernis because we grew up. It's no disrespect. So when you get some time, sir, can we have that? Yes, Candace, let's do that. Alvernis, can we have that conversation? Because I've heard some horror stories. And Sterling's sister is a nurse. She was on tonight, Tiffany. and maybe I can get her to come on. She's a little quiet, but and really tell us exactly what's going on, because some things I heard that's happening in the hospital just blew my hair back, and I was like, wow, wow. Just some people that went through it, um, and the one young lady that I spoke to said she heard a nurse just say, just let her die. So we need to, that's something that we talk about. So Bishop, let's set up some time, and I can be a little more official. You know, me and this little hat, we got a little affair going on, but I'm trying to be more official because Just Face It is coming back. So don't y'all count me out. Oh yeah, Candace, that's right. Is another survivor. So let's do a Zoom live so we could get several people in. Facebook is just coming back. I got to figure out how to work that room, and we'll go from there. Okay. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. Because baby, it's been all natural for me, girl. I ain't got my nails, so these are just mine, and I just been putting a little color on them. Ain't no shape to them. No makeup. Oh my gosh. No yeah. Look, baby. When I tell you the coronas got Sister Natural, but I've embraced it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Okay, Albertus and Candace, we're gonna set that up real soon. And I know everybody's talking to everybody for all kinds of things, but nobody has talked to Pastor Bishop Albertus, and nobody has talked to Candace. And that I know Albertus does check in the cabin or something like that every day. But I want to have him on my show and just really talk about the horror, because one thing our millennials don't believe quite is that this thing is for real. So I've lost several people. I was at a funeral today for my god sister. Those of you don't know, my biological father passed away, and that funeral is money. It's just been, and I'm sure we've all been through so many deaths. We can all count many. And thank you for your prayers and your concerns and texts, messages, and things of that nature. I got another one to go to Monday, which is my biological father. And quarantine cabin check-in is what he calls it. Yes. So check out his page. Go and subscribe. And when he comes on, you'll get a notification that he's on. You know, we know how to pull it together. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, family. People are starting to click and go away. And so let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And I'm going to get Dr. Cole. I'm sure she'll grant me 10 minutes, if not more. I worked for her for many years, and, the school, just there is history. Okay, so we're kicking it up a notch. I'm coming back. I got wonderful things planned. I'm just trying to get it together. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Hey, and now Raymond is just not good. Raymond, you should have been here an hour ago. You would have been an addendum to the conversation that we just had. Raymond, Pastor Raymond Davis, who is also my producer for the CD that I did. He's my MD and producer and all of that. He saw enough of me to do the Keep It Moving CD, and love Pastor Raymond, and I'm going to get him on. He is just profound. Young man, but just profound. Hey, Lisa, Minister Lisa was with me today, celebrating the life of our dear sister, Cynthia. And it was good to see you, Lisa. We couldn't really talk. The going to a funeral is so different than what we are just accustomed to. The world is just different. Just keep it real. The world is just different. It's just different. You naturally want to hug somebody. You have to think about it. So thank you. Hey, Charnel. See, I told y'all it's midnight, and we got a whole new slew of folks that's gonna come in. But please share this one with our with your young people, because it was interesting to hear their mindset. And I'm 39 years older than Sterling. I had him at 39, so that's several generations away, right? Candace, just face it, baby, she's back. She's coming back. So we're trying to work out the particulars on some things that I'm just trying to do. I am super ready to go. I wish I could just, I'm going to turn the camera. Well, just trust me. But my corner is loaded up with everything that I need. I got an office at my church that I'll be coming out of. I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting. We just doing some chiseling and some chopping. All right. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. You're right. Oh, we done went to 12 o'clock. Kathy has always been a supporter too. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, sweet girl. Enjoyed your singing today as well. And Mom, good night. Praise God for my mother and me and my greatest, her and my dad, greatest supporter. And I absolutely love them. And so she says good night. So maybe I'll go and check off that room because Facebook got where you can go into a room. I don't know what that's about. I got to check it out. And we'll do the adult side of things, which I think. Okay? So if you're not tired of talking, I'm going to let this feed go because I want you guys to be able to go back and let your young people, because I had Sterling and Kyle on camera, and I get it. And we're gonna work on it. Y'all pray for me because I'm just straight up old school, and they made some very valuable points. Okay, till we meet again. I'll be looking forward. Just face it with Staffy B coming real soon. Okay, love y'all. Till we meet again.